Hello, everyone. This is Rose. Today's topic from the Book of Life is anger caused me to black out. Is this justification or is it reality? Let's take a look at this short story from the Book of Life. Good morning, Lisa. You're early for your appointment. Hello, Dr. Ruth. I couldn't sleep last night. I know I'm your first appointment for the day, so I decided to come in early in fear of falling asleep and missing my appointment. Okay, Lisa, why the long face? I thought you enjoyed our weekly counseling sections. I'm sorry, Dr. Ruth. It's not you. I had another incident this past week, and I am disappointed in myself. I was so proud of the progress I had made before this incident. Okay, have a seat, Lisa. Let me get you a cup of coffee, and we will start our section as soon as I return a couple of phone calls. I promise you we will start at your appointment time. Okay, Dr. Ruth, thank you. As Lisa have a seat, sipping on her coffee, she began to think back when she was a child. Lisa is now a 30-year-old single woman without kids. So as she thinks back to her childhood, she thinks back to the time her parents say they got married at a very young age and their reasoning for getting married. Lisa's mother was pregnant. So Lisa assumed that it was a shotgun wedding. She didn't have all of the details of her parents' childhood, but based on what she did know, she made a lot of assumptions. What Lisa did know was that her father is an excellent provider. At the age of 18, he got a job working in an automotive repair shop. He would drop off and pick up customers whose cars were in the shop for repair. Also, he would keep the shop clean as the mechanics worked. On occasions, he would make a run for the shop owners, picking up parts. The shop owners encouraged Lisa's father, Russell, to go to trade school to become a certified mechanic. They saw potential in him. So when Lisa's father, Russell, shared this information with her mother, Joyce, was supportive. Russell reminded his wife, Joyce, look, me going back to school would mean that I'm going to be away from home a lot longer. I won't be coming home for dinner. It will be late when I get home. Joyce understood the sacrifice would pay off once he completed school. She was okay with it. So after Lisa's father became a certified mechanic, his boss promoted him to a mechanic position at the request of the owners. See, Lisa's father worked for an automotive repair shop that was in multiple locations. There were several owners. It was a chain of them. So he was happy for the promotion. This was great news when Lisa's mother heard about it, especially since their family was growing. Her mom was pregnant again. So 10 years and 3 kids later, Russell has saved enough money to open his own automotive shop. His first shop. What a big deal that was for the family. However, the stress of being a business owner started after Russell opens his third shop. He started to drink every evening after work in order to relax. He began to fight with his wife, Lisa's mother, Joyce, when she was only 8 years old. When Lisa was only 8 years old. Lisa's dad would drink, then argue with her mother for having so many kids that he has to spend his life working to feed everyone and not having any enjoyment in life outside of just working. The fights would be so intense that the police were called by neighbors on several occasions. Lisa's mom would pass out when her dad was choking her. Lisa spent her childhood in fear of her dad. She loved both her parents, but was so fearful of her dad may accidentally kill her mother. She wanted her mom to fight back, but her mother never did. She noticed that her mom would just stand there and take the beatings. This confused Lisa as a child growing up. She's witnessing her parents fight, and her dad would get so mad that he would choke her mom till she blacked out, and the mom just stood there and took it. Lisa didn't understand. Fight back, Mom, but she didn't. So Lisa had questions in her mind. Okay, if Mom don't fight back, why don't she leave? Lisa's thoughts were interrupted by Dr. Ruth. Lisa, thank you for patiently waiting until your appointment time. You can come into my office now. Let's start today's section with the thoughts that raced through your mind as you laid awoke last night. Well, Dr. Ruth, as previously stated, I was proud of the progress that I had made with the help of counseling. Yesterday, I was having a Sunday brunch with a few close friends. One of my friends invited someone she knew I had beef with in the past. Lisa, what do you mean by beef? Sorry, Dr. Ruth. Beef is slang for problem. I had an issue with this girl. We got into it a couple of times. So my friend knew I had a problem with this one particular girl in the past. We actually got into an altercation when she accused me of sleeping with her boyfriend. Okay, Lisa, who did you get into the altercation with? Was it the friend that invited this girl? No, Dr. Ruth, I got into it with the girl that was invited, that I was not told she was invited by my friend. I found out at the brunch. This girl and I got into an altercation when she accused me of sleeping with her boyfriend. My friend knows about the beef. The problem I had with this girl. This is why I cannot understand why she invited her without telling me, or why the girl came to the brunch that I'm sure she knew I would be at. Lisa, why are you so sure that this girl had knowledge that you will be present at this brunch? Well, I assume she knew because I cannot see my friend not telling her that I will be there. Okay, Lisa, help me understand. So you are saying that your friend, as you call her, intentionally did not tell you that she invited someone you have a problem with, but your friend did tell this girl you have a problem with that you will be present at the brunch. I have to think about that one, Dr. Root. Hearing you repeat it back to me, it doesn't make much sense to me. I guess my anger is confusing my thoughts. Who are you angry with, Lisa? I'm angry with my friend for inviting this girl. I'm angry with the girl for coming. I am angry with me for believing my friend is my friend. Okay, Lisa, let's talk about this anger. When did you discover you were angry? Well, Dr. Root, I became angry immediately after this girl arrived at the brunch. Once I found out who invited her, I became angrier. How soon after becoming angry, Lisa, did you have another incident? Well, let me see. Dr. Ruth, I sat quietly eating for about 15 minutes while the ladies socialized. When my friend asked me why I was not participating in conversation, I lost it. Okay, Lisa, what do you mean by lost it? I blacked out again. When I came to myself, my friend was wearing her plate of food on her head, and security was loosening my hands from the grip I had around the girl's neck. Okay, Lisa, were you arrested? Security asked my friend and the girl if they wanted to press charges against me. They were instructed that the police would have to be called if they wanted to press charges. Both said no. So I was escorted out of the restaurant as the other ladies were allowed to stay. So Lisa, you're telling me there was a 15-minute window between you becoming angry and having an incident? Yes, that is correct, Dr. Rue. Yet, Lisa, you chose to sit there hoping for what instead of getting up and walking away before the incident? I do not know, Dr. Rue. I do not know why I chose to sit there when I know I was angry. Lisa, we have talked about this in previous sections, that in every past incident or blackout you had, there was always a small window between the anger you felt and the incident or blackout occurring. We always discuss that your course of action is to remove yourself from around the people or place that is causing you the anger until you have a chance to calm down. Yet you chose to sit there instead of walking away. Yes, Dr. Ruth, but I am telling you that I don't know why I chose to sit there. Lisa, I think you do know. In order for you to articulate your feelings, your thoughts, and use the power over these incidents, you must be honest with yourself. We as human beings, first level of defense when we are called out on our wrong is to lie. Once the lie has been spoken, our pride would not allow us to admit we lied because we feel that gives the person we lied to power over us. So we continue to lie until we actually believe the lie we told. We eventually get to a place where we no longer know what is truth versus what is a lie. Lies torment our spirit. This is why we don't have any peace when we lie. It is the truth that sets us free, Lisa. When we cannot stand before a person, or when we can stand before a person and tell the truth. Especially after lying, we gain power and peace. We are no longer condemned by the lie, regardless of how much that person we lied to tries to make us feel condemned. There is a feeling of freedom and peace that surpasses all understanding when we tell the truth. The thing we do not realize is that most times people can tell when we are lying, but we think if we stick to the lie, eventually the person we lied to will start to believe the lie and will feel bad for not believing us in the beginning. It's amazing how the prideful human defense mechanism wants someone else to feel bad for not initially believing a lie told to them. We wrestle, Lisa, within ourselves when we hold on to a lie. Lisa, I want you to set yourself free. I cannot do it for you. So when you are ready to truthfully answer my question, then and only then can I help you. So let me ask you once again. You chose to sit there hoping for what instead of getting up and walking away from the incident? Dr. Ruth, I needed an excuse to do what I was thinking when I learned that my so-called best friend invited this girl to brunch without telling me. I felt like slapping the shit out of her and this girl. I knew it would be a matter of time before one of them said something that would trigger me and the incident or the blackout would take over. I knew the blackouts would clear me of any intentionally wrongdoing, especially since I'm under a doctor care for the blackouts. Lisa, now you are on the path to truly healing from the past hurt and pain and to gaining victory over the blackouts so that no one else is hurt by them. Click the thumbs up and subscribe button to receive notifications or more articles from the Book of Life. Be blessed and safe. Peace.